qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top three. Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Kağan lines up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Norris, Perez, Gasly, Ocon, Stroll, Joe, Tsunoda, Hamilton, Sargent, Albon, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Bottas, and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. Right then, the formation lap is underway here in Bahrain, where the circuit is located in the middle of sand dunes and offers near desert conditions. Let's hope we see some scorching action on track today too. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Flag. Right, there's a big incident in front of you. Red flag, red flag. We'll update you in the pits. Everyone's okay. We'll be getting underway in just a moment. Stand by. Ferrari drivers just moved into first place. Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. gap to the car in front is 3.6 seconds. Red Bull driver's just completed a pass for the lead. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 3.4 seconds. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Okay, be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now. Okay, off we go, back into the race. Good job from you and the crew there, mate. We're satisfied with that. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.7 seconds. Verstappen's just put up the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres. okay. We've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Brilliant stuff from Red Bull today. What a superb victory. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Max Verstappen's excellent result today sees him take over as the new leader of the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Often my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an especially impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Max Verstappen's solid, clean driving throughout the event.